What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at this knife. This is the Protech Mordax in Magnacut. Now, this is a knife that I bought off a guy on Facebook, and I really like this knife. It's got Magnacut steel, nice drop point blade. There it says Magnacut, and Protech knives, made in the USA. This is a manual button lock with black coated aluminum handles. And this is the smooth version. They also make a textured version, which I also have. Actually, I have the honeycomb pattern that they did for Blade Show, but it's off right now at Protech, getting some warranty work done. So this is Mordax. It's a full-size knife. It's a larger knife. It's a 3.5-inch blade. Fits my hands really well. You get all fingers on it with a little bit hanging off there. It's got this beautiful pocket clip, flush mounted screws. Works really, really well. No milling on the inside, and it's a nice manual button lock. Flip it out and you push the button and it drops. It just drops. I mean, this thing is free floating. It's pretty amazing. It just, yep. So it's amazing. It has perfect centering, and it has solid lockup as well, which is impressive for a button lock, because there's a lot of button locks that I've had that don't have quite solid lockup. They have a little bit of wiggle up and down or side to side. But this one is completely and totally solid. This thing is really fun to fidget with. It really is. I flipped this thing a million times. It's amazing. Button works great. The only thing about this button that I don't like is it's very slim to the scale, so it doesn't poke out very much. It's kind of doesn't protrude from the scales very much, which makes it a little bit harder to press. You have to push down into there. I think they were trying to make it harder for it to disengage while you're holding it, so you don't bump the button. Because you can see, as an example, on my large pyrite, my CJRB large pyrite, you can see this button comes up quite a bit more than this one does here. This one's like flat. This one comes up a little bit. Makes it much easier to press. And I've never had that issue of pressing the button while this blade is out on this knife. So I don't know. Maybe they were trying to prevent that, but I've never had that issue before. The Mordax is amazing. This Magnacut is really, really sharp. I sharpened this up and it is amazing. Beautiful edge. I haven't had to sharpen it since I put my edge on there. It's kept the edge. I've used it a bit. It's really, really nice. It has lanyard hoop right there. Lanyard loop. You stick your lanyard in. It's pretty simple. Very simple design. Not many things that can go wrong with this. So some size comparisons. Got the Benchmade bug out and QSP Penguin. So you can see here, it's definitely a full-size knife, bigger than those. And then compared to Spyderco PM2 and the Buck 110. And we can throw the ZT-0308 in there as well. So it's definitely a bigger knife, not quite as large as the ZT, but that's a beast of a boy. So it's full size, almost the entire length of a Buck 110. So yep, it's definitely a bigger knife. And I like the size knife. This is like perfect size knife. I also really like the looks of this knife. It just, the shape and everything I really like. I wanted to get the original version that they did with Mastrop. Ferrum Forge. It's a Ferrum Forge design. I wanted to get the one they did with Mastrop, which had the 20 CV steel when it had the milled handles, but I was never able to get one of those. And then they discontinued it, and I was really sad. And so when they came out with this in Magnacut, I knew I had to grab one because it's just really, really nice. So yep, I mean, it has a snappy action. You push it's more like a push button, not like a light switch. You can light switch it. You do a push button and it flips out of there real quick. It's very snappy. Snappier than my Malibu, which I had before. Slightly snappier than that. I prefer it over the Malibu as well because I have bigger hands. But yeah, it's a really nice knife. So that is the Protech Mordax. As you can see, there's no real jimping on this knife. It's kind of just all smooth. Not really many sharp edges. You can choke up here. It has a choke up position for your finger if you want to do that as well. But yep, it's Protech Mordax, made in the USA. Great knife. So if you're able to get these, they're kind of hard to find now. But if you're able to get one, definitely jump on it because these are really nice knives. Definitely recommend it. So it's one of my favorites in my collection, actually. So that's it. That's all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Bye.